Hello and welcome to Clavy News Desk. We're reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. I am Imefonu Okon. Nigerians are reacting sharply to a controversial statement by the Niger State Governor, Umar Bako, who called on religious preachers to submit their sermons for approval. The remark made over the weekend has sparked heated debate, with many citizens in Abuja sharing diverse opinions. Clavy News' Abiola Alafe has the details.
Defending the new law requiring religious preachers to submit their sermons for approval before delivering them, Governor Umar Bago said the measure was not a ban on evangelism, but a way to check inciting messages that could threaten peace and security. He explained that the initiative was aimed at preventing indoctrination and would be enforced in collaboration with security agencies, including the Department of the State Services, Police, Civil Defense, and the military. Earlier this month, the Director General of the Niger State Religious Affairs, Umar Farouk, said the government had mandated all preachers in the state to obtain licenses within 2 months. According to him, clerics would need to fill forms, face a screening panel, and be certified before they could preach publicly. The development has sparked controversy among Nigerians, as some say the directive is against freedom of speech.
It sounds a bit funny because the last I remember, religion is a personal relationship with your God. And so God is God that inspires people's message. So they doesn't have any right as a governor to, come to sanction the word of God or approve the word of God. You understand? Even his own religion, if he's a Muslim or Christian, he doesn't, that background, that line, he shouldn't cross it. He's in charge as a governor to, to govern the people according to the law of the state, not according to God's law. God's law is made by God himself. So God only approves and disapproves who gives message or not.
All the sermon the clerics preach comes from there. So, and they use what we are facing currently in the society to connect with the Bible or the Quran or other books to preach. So if you say that you have to vet what every preacher, his sermon before you approve it, for him to go and preach, then I don't think we are in a democratic settings. This is uncivilized and undemocratic. And for me, if you ask me, I'll say this is unacceptable.
I don't think it's a right direction. I don't think that is good like that. You understand me? Hence, we have a freedom of worshiping. So you cannot tell people not to preach. I think that is the gospel. I mean, so I don't think that the law is okay. There is nothing we can do. Hence, it's not all over the nation. It's only for his own state.
Some, however, believe that the governor has a right to do what he feels is right in the interest of the state.
Well, he's a governor, so I can't go against his own opinion. He's the governor of the state, so if he says that nobody should go about preaching on the street, I can't say no, they should continue with it. Yes, they should obey what he said. Being the governor of the state, he said that he don't want people should be going about preaching on the street. So when you insist on it, maybe they will get you arrested. But in another way around, people have their right for preaching on the street. But if you feel that maybe they are disturbing the public, it's a public disturbances. Where we have the law that guided all those things. So the only thing they should do, they should seek the face of the law. That is it.
Meanwhile, the Niger State Bureau of Religious Affairs has denied imposing a blanket ban on preaching. Its media aide, Haruna Mustafa, explained that clerics are only required to obtain certification and undergo a basic evaluation to ensure their messages align with peace and religious tolerance. Abiola Alafe reporting for Clavy News.
Human rights activist and convener of the #Revolution Now movement, Omoyele Sowore, says Nigeria cannot escape a revolution going by the various socio-economic challenges it is currently facing. Speaking at a recent interview with journalists, Sowore said the recent wave of widespread protest in Nepal has triggered fear in the minds of the country's leaders, noting that liberation must come in all strata of national development. We have the details.
Expressing concern over the state of the nation, Sowore declared that Nigeria is heading towards inevitable mass uprisings unless leaders address deep-rooted political, social and economic issues. Reacting to the recent wave of anti-government demonstrations that swept through Nepal, the activist warned that a similar fate awaited if urgent steps are not taken.
But what I've always said, anytime I have the opportunity, Nigeria cannot escape a revolution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's impossible.
Yes, sir.
And I will never tell anybody otherwise. That even if I'm not the one who will carry out the revolution, it will still happen.
Yes, sir.
I'm just here to be someone who is privileged to plan and direct people towards the revolution.
The activist, who has faced multiple arrests for his calls for change, insists that only a genuine people's revolution can rescue Nigeria from collapse. He, however, noted that to achieve this, the youths need to wake up and brace up for the task ahead.
With regards to Nepal, I have, when it happened last week, a lot of Nigerians are always excited about something that happens elsewhere. And when it is time for them to do it in their own country, they will go and queue up to eat jollof rice, and that's not a sign of people who are serious. Yeah, the number of youths in Nepal that changed the government in Nepal, probably there about 1 million. The number of youths that went to queue up for a rice that they couldn't get was 20,000 registered. So we need to get more serious. That's my position. But I know that there was a rice event last week, and the solution to every problem cannot be rice. Anyways, we are not practicing horizontalocracy, government for rice by rice. My issue with all the governors, those are the ones you know, is from the president to local government councillors, is that they are useless. And as a result, they must be called out to be who they are. They call their appropriate name. If you are useless to me, I'll say it publicly.
With growing economic hardship and rising insecurity across the country, some Nigerians, frustrated by the system, have openly called for a revolution. However, critics argue that revolution talks could heighten tensions in an already fragile nation. For now, the debate continues as citizens look to the government for urgent solutions. Gloria Atta, reporting for Clearview News.
The whereabouts of the minister has been a matter for news. This is propelled by a report by Sahara reporters, widely shared by social media users, claiming that FCT Minister Nyesom Wike has been diagnosed with congestive heart failure. However, checks by Clearview News Desk indicate that no other reputable platforms have the report, while Wike's spokesman Lere Olayinke is also yet to react to the claim. Wike, serving as the minister of the FCT since 2023, is a key ally of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The post, which has been viewed by thousands, also has a rider which states that while Nigerian hospitals battle with inadequate equipment and funding, most of the country's politicians routinely travel for medical treatment in the United Kingdom. Apart from that, no such articles could be viewed in any credible news outlet. We also found that it has been a while since Wike appeared at public events. Wike was last seen at the flag off of the emergency rehabilitation and dualization of the Karo Inter-Exchange Customs Clinic Junction Road, Abuja, on Wednesday, September 3rd. He has been represented at 2 public events since that time, fueling rumors that he might be out of the country for medical reasons. On Thursday, September 4th, Chief of Staff Chidi Amadi stood in for Wike at the start of the distribution of fertilizers at 50% subsidized rate to farmers across the 6 area councils of the FCT. Similarly, on Thursday, September 11, Maria Mahmoud Bukore, the Minister of the State for FCT, represented Wike at the Association of Pediatric Surgeons of Nigeria 24th Annual General Meeting and Scientific Conference in Abuja. Wike spokesperson Lere Olayinka, who is vocal on social media, especially on X, formerly known as Twitter, and is often swift to quash certain reports related to his principal, has only declared that Wike has been scheduled for a television interview on September 18. This may, however, put to rest rumors making the rounds purporting that the minister jetted out of the country following a deteriorating health situation. The post reads, FCT Minister Nyesom Wike will be on channels Television Politics today on Thursday, September 18, 2025, from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Bandits have reportedly attacked a mosque at Kidantorobi village in Safe local government area of Zamfara state in the early hours of Monday, abducting no fewer than 40 worshippers. The attack came barely hours after a similar one at Kodai village in Bokoyum local government area of the state where over 10 persons were kidnapped. According to community sources in Zamfara, the attack on the mosque occurred during prayers at about 5:30 a.m. when the gunmen surrounded it and whisked away the worshippers at gunpoint. It was gathered that the abductors later moved the captives into the forest around Kori axis in Safe local government area. The attack, according to critical stakeholders, signaled collapse of the peace deal with Katsina and Zamfara state had with the bandits terrorizing the northwest. Recall that community leaders and bandits in Korofi local government area of Katsina state on August 28, 2025 signed a peace agreement. The pact, according to all the attendees, marked a significant step towards ending years of violence, kidnapping, and cattle rustling in the northwest and by extension, northern region. There is a heated courtroom battle unfolding in Kaduna as a father identified as Isiaku Joseph drags his daughter's boyfriend, Yunana Zok, before a customary court, accusing him of misappropriating his late wife's death benefit. According to prosecutors, Zok deceived Joseph's daughter, Emanuela, and withdrew 13 million naira that had been deposited in her account as next of kin in 2023. Emanuela, however, told the court her boyfriend took her ATM card without her consent and siphoned the funds meant to support the grieving family. Zok, in his defense, admitted transferring 11.9 million naira, insisting Emanuela had agreed to give him 2 million for business and that they once shared ATM pins out of trust and presented an account statement as evidence and promised to call a witness. Meanwhile, presiding Judge Patience Musa has adjourned the case until September 30 for continuation of the defense. Good news for Nigerian football fans. The Super Eagles have just been handed a dramatic lifeline in their quest for the 2026 FIFA World Cup as Eritrea has officially pulled out of the African qualifiers, shaking up the group and breathing new hope into Nigeria's campaign. For many supporters who feared the dream was slipping away, this could be the turning point. But while the withdrawal tilts the balance in Nigeria's favor, the Eagles still have to rise, fight, and prove themselves on the pitch. One thing is certain, the road to 2026 is alive again, and the nation's World Cup dream is back within reach. And that's the news. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clavy News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clavy Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imefon Okun.